my dear masters, my dear friends, and my dear boss, and good morning. Good morning. So, before commencing the session, my great pranamas to our Guruji Agnihotra and my sincere great pranamas to Brahmashri Patriji and Mahavatar Babaji. And great pranamas to the universe and to you all. Welcome to the Awakening Saturday program. And today is the week 5, 31st of Jan 2026, and this awakening session happens every Saturday at 7 p.m. So once again, welcome to the Mahavatar TV Awakening Saturday program. So awakening means waking up from the ignorance. Arise, awake, and realize the truth by approaching the wise, right? So awakening means recognizing who you truly are beyond body, thoughts, and ego, right? So realizing that I am not the mind, I am the awareness observing it, shifting from fear, attachment, and identity to peace, clarity, and compassion. So ego loosens, so life feels lighter and more natural. So suffering reduces because resistance drops. So in simple words, from identification to observation and from reaction to response. So awakening is living with awareness instead of like autopilot. So we have here a wonderful master, Parneel madam. So let me introduce about her in a few words. So Parneel madam has been a fashion designer for 23 years, and she worked in television and film industry as a costume designer for 11 years, and later on she started her own fashion brand business, and she's also an art of living teacher, so associated for 15 years. So she worked with Ravi Sarga, and she has Ravi Guruji actually. She has learned many healing techniques, and today she's going to teach about the naturalness and ego, and this is going to be a very interactive session, master. And she'll be guiding a meditation with the guiding, and she's also teaching us healing techniques also. So let's welcome her. So warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I thank all the masters and friends who have joined here. I thank Deepika ji, Pallavi ma'am, Lokesh ji, Rangnath sir ji, the great master Rangnath sir ji. I thank the great master Patri sir ji and the great grandmaster Mahavatar Baba ji for giving me this wonderful opportunity of presenting this session to everybody so that some contribution can be done in my growth, also spiritual growth, and in everyone's spiritual growth. So I welcome you all to this wonderful session, which we will enjoy also, we will learn also, and we will become more aware and grow in on the spiritual path. So let us just close our eyes for 2 minutes and say a small prayer and ground our energy before we start the session. So let's all close our eyes, sit comfortably. Let's all close our eyes. Just relax. Take a normal breath in and breathe out. Take another deep breath in and breathe out. Keeping your eyes closed, you can pray, "Oh Lord, please give me the strength and courage to absorb this beautiful spiritual knowledge and to become more aware and grow on my spiritual path. Thank you." Whenever you feel comfortable, you can open your eyes. So the topic is about naturalness and ego. Now, have you noticed that many times you feel a little stiff from inside, you feel unnatural, and you get a feeling of separatedness from other people. Haven't you noticed that you feel like this, right? Now, this feeling, when this feeling comes, we lose our freedom and we lose our happiness. So, do you want to really experience ego? We talk so much of ego, but we've not been able to identify what ego is, right? So, let us experience what this ego is. So, what if I tell everybody that I'm giving, think of one spiritual topic, and right now I'm going to choose one of you to start speaking on that topic. So, close your eyes and just experience what you're feeling inside when I'm telling you that I'm going to ask you to give take the session. Just experience, close your eyes and see what's going on within you. Instead of me, you are going to take the topic today. Just observe what's happening within you. Now, slowly, we may open our eyes. So, what did you experience? Can anyone tell me? Please come forward and speak. You can unmute, and whoever wishes to tell me what happened when I asked you, you have to come and give the session. What happened? Anybody? You must contribute, then the session becomes very interesting and you are able to learn more. Nobody?
Peace and silence.
No, that is because you are already in peace and silence. But somebody who is not meditating, what do they
Mm.
usually experience?
Some lot of
Anybody else?
thoughts.
Yeah, lot of thoughts. What else? Oh, I have to go and give the session. So what happens? Suddenly there is a sense of nervousness, a sense of a hesitation, a sense of stiffness which comes within you when you are suddenly asked to take a session, or when you are asked to do something out of your comfort zone. Now, this sensation in your body, even your heart rate may go up, right? So, this sensation, what you're feeling inside, is the ego. And today we are going to talk more about this ego. Now, isn't it interesting that I just asked one question and suddenly these kind of, uh, you know, uh, sensations started happening within us? So that is how ego is. Whenever we feel disconnected, whenever we feel a sense of separatedness from others, that is the time we are experiencing ego. Now, often we identify ego with an attitude of I am somebody, I am the boss, I am this one's father, right? So all these sentences which we are saying, which have I in them, that is uh, associated with ego. Now, this is one kind of attitude where you say, I am great, I am the CEO. You are, thinking too much about yourself. That is one attitude of ego. Now, the other attitude is also ego, where you are actually saying, I'm good for nothing. I am, very, I'm poor. I'm not able to get success in life. Even in those sentences or in those thoughts, still the I is there, right? And in that also, in that kind of attitude also, the ego is only involved. So, do you feel comfortable with everybody? Do you feel a sense of belongingness with everybody? If you feel comfortable and a sense of belonging, that means you are in your natural self. But when you move away from this feeling of being natural, being comfortable, a sense of belonging wherever you go, then that means your ego is involved in it, and that is not allowing you to be happy, peaceful, and comfortable. Ego is that barrier, it is like an iron curtain which does not allow us to be in our natural state. It does not allow us to become happy and to experience freedom. And the quality of enlightenment is to feel free, to be at home, to feel the sense of belonging with everyone and everywhere we go. So, enlightenment is not something you're sitting on the mountain and experiencing, just this natural state, a very comfortable, happy, and feeling of freedom is your natural state. That is the quality of enlightenment. So, now that we have touched a little bit on what ego is and what are the different attitudes of ego, would you like to learn a technique where you can handle your ego? Now, many people, I'm sure they experience this ego rising within especially in workplaces. What happens is if some colleague tells you something, oh, you did not do this work properly. So, what starts happening? You start feeling angry or you start feeling a tightness coming within you. Now, that is happening because your ego is rising. And sometimes, when the ego becomes very high, also you get angry. Or you are going for an interview, you become very nervous, right? Or you have to go and do public speaking. That is the time you feel nervous. Or maybe even sometimes when you go, in a different group, like a different religious group which is not your religion, there also you may start feeling uncomfortable. So at various junctures in your life, in your daily life, many times we are experiencing this ego and we are not understanding how to handle this ego. So today we learn a very simple technique how to handle this ego. So this is called the technique. So everybody has to sit comfortably in their places and close your eyes. Close your eyes and take a normal breath in and breathe out. Take another deep breath in and breathe out. And with me, everybody is going to say this noise, this word, hmm, hmm. Say it forcefully. Hmm, 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 hmm. After having said this 5 to 6 times, you can just close your eyes and you can observe what is happening inside. So, what started happening? Anybody can tell me what started happening when you said this word so many times? What started happening? The energy started settling down inside you. The nervousness, the discomfort that you were feeling, that starts settling down. So that is the power of this. It's called a mantra only. So next time, whenever you are getting angry and you want to control your anger, when you are feeling nervous in front of your boss, you can say this mantra. hmm, hmm, at least 5 to 8 times, and then speak to the necessary person, and you will see that your ego has settled down. You are in a much calmer state, and you are now able to be in your natural self. There is a small mythological story regarding this mantra. It seems that the Divine Mother, many asurs, the demons, they had all gone to the Divine Mother, and the asurs, the demons, they were troubling the gods. And all the gods went to the Divine Mother asking to help them to get rid of the asurs. So, what did the Divine Mother do? The Divine Mother just said this mantra hmm, loudly, and all the asurs, all the demons, they were destroyed. So, it seems from then on, this mantra, this technique is used to calm your anger, to calm your ego, and we all can, now that we've learned it, we all can use it in our daily life. And if you see, the reality of the asurs, what are the asurs? What are the demons? The demons is the ego only within us, and we are trying to calm the ego by using this technique. Now, ego is separatedness and being unnatural and stiff. And opposite of ego is being natural. Now, to get this freedom that we are looking for in life, what are we doing? We are many times we are changing houses, we are changing jobs, we are going to different countries, different places we are changing, that I can feel free in life. Don't we do that? Many times we get married. Oh, I want to be free from my parents' bondage. So I will get married and I will become free. Then when you get married, you get caught up in that also, and then you start saying, "Oh, I wish to be free. I'll take a divorce." So most of our lives, no, we are running around searching for this freedom, and but this freedom is within ourselves only. It is our natural state. And when the ego is transformed, that is the time we can experience this natural state. So, freedom is when we expand our comfort zone and we become comfortable with anybody or anywhere we go. So, wherever you go, whether it's a crowded place, whether it's a lonely place, whether it's with foreigners, whether it is with our own Indians, whether it's some other caste people, you will feel comfortable at all times and you will feel free. No need of changing jobs or changing houses to experience freedom. Actually, that is your true nature. Now, when ego is transformed, and how can ego be transformed? Ego can be transformed through meditation and by becoming aware that I am got caught up in my ego. By daily becoming aware that these thoughts of ego are coming in me, that is how you become free from ego. And when you meditate, also your ego transforms. Now again, ego has two aspects to ego. There are two. There is advantages also of ego, and there are disadvantages also of ego. What are the advantages? The advantages are that it pushes you to do something great in life. So that kind of ego is good. Like, patriots, they sacrifice themselves fighting for the freedom of the country. So that is good. Or somebody says, I want to become the CEO so that I can, contribute to the world. Or some great philanthropist wants to do some very big work so that the change comes in the world. So all that kind of ego is good ego. That kind of ego has its advantages, and that kind of ego we can keep. But the other side, the disadvantage of ego is that it makes you very hard like a rock, it makes you very stiff, and it does not allow you to change. So, have you seen many people who are arrogant? You know, why we say he has a lot of ego, he's very egoistic. You know, some rich people, somebody is very rich, we say he has a lot of ego. And what happens slowly, slowly, that person only starts becoming very miserable because he has become so hard inside like a rock because of his ego. He's not able to, be comfortable with anybody, and he starts isolating himself. Now, let us not mix self respect with ego. Self, you may ask, now ego will not be there, so does that mean that anybody can tell us anything and go and we will not react? I'm not saying that. I'm saying self respect is something we all should maintain. That is something that nobody can take from us. But ego is something which we can transform, or we can expand our ego through meditation and through self awareness. It's like most of the time you are asking this question to yourself: what about me? What about me? What about my job, my house, my family? You see, it is all those thoughts are about your own self, about your own individuality, and that is causing you misery. But when we expand our consciousness, then those thoughts become: how can I help? How can I contribute to the world? How can I be service to others? That is the time your ego expands, it transforms, and you are no longer in this consciousness of individuality. So Paramahansa Yogananda ji also has something to say on ego, and there is a small story he says about how his master gave them a lesson on ego. So Paramahansa Yogananda ji was small that time. He was like a boy of 14, 15 years old in the ashram. And since he said that many because he had the divine nature, many people were attracted to him even in the ashram at an early age. And so Master Yukteswar ji gave him a leadership role of managing all the other boys who were doing the ashram duties. So what happened was, he was doing his duties very nicely. He was even taking charge of the other boys and looking after how the duties are done. But there was one boy in the ashram called Kishore, and he started becoming very jealous of Yogananda ji. So what he did was, he went to the Master Yukteswar ji, Swami Yukteswar ji, and he told him that Yogananda ji is not doing his duties well, and why don't you give me the role of being the leader, and I will do my work better than him. So Master Yukteswar ji knew everything, what was this boy all about and what was Yogananda ji all about. But just to teach a lesson to him, to the boy Kishore, and even to test Yogananda ji, he agreed, he gave the role to this boy Kishore. And Kishore became the group leader. And Kishore was very arrogant, he was full of ego, and he started dominating all the boys. He even made Yogananda ji shine his shoes. But Yogananda ji very calmly he accepted. He was given the work of only sweeping the ashram by Yukteswar ji. So he very calmly accepted his role and he started doing his job very well. This boy asked him to shine his shoes also. Even that Yogananda ji did with a lot of humility. And when he was doing the duties, still all the other boys were coming to Yogananda ji only to for some guidance as to how to do the duties. They would not go to Kishore. At this, Kishore got very angry, and he told Swami Yukteswarji that this is not fair. How come the boys are still going to him? They still consider him the leader. So that is when Swami Yukteswarji explained. He said, "You are full of ego, you are arrogant, and that is why nobody is treating you like their leader, nobody is listening to you. But when you are humble, when you have a sense of belongingness with others, when you are in your natural state, that is the time others also get attracted to you and they listen to you." So that was a very small, lesson that Yukteswarji taught the boys in the ashram. So Yogananda ji says, don't be filled with ego. Take a step back. When you take a step back from your ego, that is the time you become more magnetic. And to the egoist, he says that the egoist is just a spark, whereas I am the whole universe. So when you are in your natural state, you are the whole universe. But when you are in the egoistic state, then it is just a small spark. And till this ego is bobbing up and down inside us, till then, God cannot reside within our heart. And when you are with God, you have everything. At that time, even a millionaire, billionaire will come in front of you. You will not feel, you will not feel less in front of rich people also. You will feel at ease and you will feel natural. Man's greatest problem is his ego and this consciousness of individuality. Now, what is this conscious of individuality? When thoughts about your own individuality come to you, that is, you can understand that you are in ego. We don't even understand when we are in so much ego, but if you become aware, if you start checking your thoughts, and if those thoughts are only about yourself, you know, that I am great, I am doing this job, I am the PM or I am the CM or I am this, I am that. When these thoughts are coming, that is the time when you are in the consciousness of individuality. So now by understanding more about ego, in the daytime you can become aware, and at that time you can either do the technique, the technique, or you can meditate and you will see that your ego dissolves, your ego starts expanding. It is only through meditation that we can dissolve our ego and we can realize the true nature of our soul. Now, the ego becomes your enemy and it starts a karmic cycle of attachment. So, where does karma start from? If we can understand, we talk so much about karma and the cycle of karma, but we don't even know where it starts from. It starts from our ego, because all actions which are done from an consciousness of individuality, those actions are going to cause the cycle of karma. They will cause the attachments and you will get caught in the cycle of birth and death. But when you have dissolved the ego, or you have expanded your ego, transformed your ego into your natural self, that time your actions are not caught up in the karma of attachment. That time your karma is free from it. It is only about the well being of others, it is only about the well being of the world. Even if you're doing your family duties, it is without any attachment. So, if we wish to be free from the cycle of karma, then we must transform our ego through meditation and through awareness. Now, all these thoughts that are coming to us, my job, my wife, my family, I am this, I am that, I am very rich, I am a very famous person. All, whenever such thoughts come, next time you become aware and you can understand they are coming from the ego. Ego makes people very miserable. If you want to become miserable in life, if you see all egoistic people, no, they're actually very miserable from inside. The moment you drop your ego, the moment you transform your ego, you become happy. And how can also you do that? One simple way is you can surrender your ego to the divine. So by surrendering your ego to the divine, by doing meditation regularly, by becoming aware when the ego is rising in within your mind and your body, in these ways you can transform your ego. So I hope this small topic has added some value to your life. If anybody has some questions, we can take them, or then we can do a small process which which will make you more aware of the immortal part within you.